When this movie was first announced, to be honest, I was like, here we go, a Suicide Squad ripoff, Marvel trying too hard. Not really looking forward to it, not interested in some of these villains, just really wasn't looking forward to it. And then the marketing started ramping up and I was like, okay, I'm a little interested. And then I've seen the film and I think it is one of Marvel's best and most different film in a while. I mean, BBC News kind of breaks this down perfectly. Thunderbolts review the greatest Marvel offering in years, and I completely agree. I really liked this film. I thought the cast was really strong. I thought the story was really strong, but I loved the direction. And to be honest, it felt like the first time a director's vision was actually, you know, being put forward. It didn't feel like a committee film. It did feel like a director was giving their own flair to these characters, to this story. There was just something so different about it. I'm gonna butcher this name, but Jake Schreier directed this film, and he did the very successful Netflix TV show Beef. And I was just in awe of his direction and just where the story was going. And I just really enjoyed the visuals of the film as well. I think Thunderbolts is brilliant. It had the right amount of action. It felt like every scene had a purpose. It looked great as well, and you know, all this sort of stuff you're seeing on screen with the Void is terrifying. It felt like a proper gritty film and really explores something I didn't expect, and I'll get into spoilers in a minute, but overall I was really impressed with this film, and it felt like Marvel were going, right, got to do something different here, let the director kind of get across their vision, even though it does, you know, fit within the main story of the MCU with the upcoming Avengers Doomsday. It does fit perfectly into that. But I just loved seeing Wyatt Russell come back as the Diamond Store Captain America, as they say in the film. Florence Pugh as Yelena. I really like Yelena. She's grown on me. I thought she was amazing in Hawkeye, so it's really good to see her back in this film. We have Ghost, we have Red Guardian, you know, some really great characters that we've seen before but not enough of, and I feel like they fleshed them out a little bit better in this film. I was surprised when this film was announced, and you know, the sort of main team that was announced, I was a bit like but to be honest, it really works. And one of the most interesting things is when I went into the cinema to watch this, my wife, who's a big Marvel fan and has watched lots of the Marvel projects, kind of went, I don't know who many of these people are. I don't remember them, apart from like Yelena and you know, the Diamond Store Captain America. She remembers them, but she didn't remember some of them, and I kind of explained who they were and that. But then there was children in the corner that were kind of like asking 200 million questions, obviously, to their parents, going, who's that? Why are they doing that? And I do have to say, if you're thinking of taking your children, or you know, taking your children to see this film, don't, because there's a part in this film which I'm going to get onto in a minute that kind of made me go, wow, this is dark, and this is going to be very hard to explain to children. One of the biggest standouts for me in this film was Lewis Pullman as Bob. I was really interested to see where this character was going. Kind of an unexpected casting, and I don't really remember him from Top Gun and other stuff he's done. I don't think I've seen him in that much, but he was the standout for me in this film. And I'm going to get into right now why I really loved this film. So spoilers ahead, obviously. Let's get into it. The last half an hour of this film delves into depression and loneliness, and that is what the Void is. That's what Sentry is mainly. You know, Bob has been experimented on. He has a dark past in terms of mental health struggles, drug addiction, and what happens is they haven't just made Bob superhuman, they've made his darker side superhuman, and I thought that was really interesting. It's a very dark premise, but God, it worked. And all these people have had dark times in their life. They've done really nasty things, but also the reason they do those nasty things is because something that's happened in their past. And at the beginning of the film, when they were kind of exploring Yelena, I was a bit like, oh, okay, so we're just seeing a bit of Yelena's backstory a little bit more now, which is good. You know, how she went through like the Black Widow, recruitment sort of stage. And Wyatt Russell's character was it was great to see what's going on with him because he's the most human of them all. But Bob was just and Bob is Sentry, and I thought Sentry was a very interesting character. Kind of reminded me of Homelander. They were trying to make their own Homelander, and it just went wrong with Val. I have to say Val was brilliant in this film as well. I really liked Val. She's been cropping up in different Marvel projects, and it was a bit like, what is she doing here? What is her purpose? But really good to see her in it, but she messed up with Sentry because she thought she was just making some guy superhuman that's passed the trials and is going to be the world's, how does she say it? So the world's greatest protector, and turns out she's just, advanced that darker side of Bob. And I was nearly in tears in the last half an hour because the way Yelena tries to get him out of that dark place is just so real. And for someone like me, and I'm sure you, who has had friends go through depression, who has unfortunately taken their lives because of this horrible darkness that's inside of them, that they can't overcome. It was really amazing, the visuals, seeing that. Obviously, it was very bluntly put on screen, which I know some people weren't happy with because it was just very obvious. But I liked it was obvious. Yeah, just thinking about it now, like I'm literally like, don't cry, but Bob's darker side, kind of like how to deal with that, was really interesting. And that's what makes Thunderbolts a very different Marvel film. It's not like, we just got to defeat this bad guy because he's got superpowers now and we've got to take him down because, we're bad guys, but let's be the good guys and that. I just thought Sentry Bob was such a standout in that case. But I do want to talk about, obviously, the asterisks in Thunderbolts. What does the asterisk mean, guys? What does it mean? Well, it's because they had to change their names. Thunderbolts was the name of Yelena's football team, rugby team, and that's why they were called Thunderbolts. Nothing to do with General Thunderbolt Ross, nothing to do with him or the Red Hulk. And I hadn't seen Captain America, by the way, so I was very surprised Bucky was in Congress in the first 10 minutes. Me and my wife looked at each other and was like, Congress? Why is he in Congress? What have we missed? Because we haven't seen him since the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show. But yes, the asterisks. Turns out these are the new Avengers, and that was rumoured for a long while. The Dark Avengers was a rumour, but these are the new Avengers, and God, it works. It really works, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the majority of this cast return in Avengers Doomsday, because I don't think they're going to be able to deal with what's coming. The post-credit scene was amazing. The post-credit scene was apparently filmed on the set of Doomsday, so not long ago, and inserted into the movie, and they see the Fantastic Four spacecraft arriving into Earth's atmosphere. So the hype for Fantastic Four is real. Like the trailer came on before the film, and even the kids in the audience, which again, I don't think you should take your kids to this film. It's so dark in the last half an hour. Were like, wow, and everything. It was really great to see that. Fantastic Four hype is back, and I'm sure them playing Marvel Rivals is kind of heightening that as well. But the post-credit scene, it felt like it was the first post-credit scene that meant something. A lot of the MCU post-credit scenes we've got in the TV shows and the films have just kind of been little quips and kind of a little hint towards what's coming or suggestion, but this was like, no, there's a space battle happening, there's a situation in space happening, and then you see the Fantastic Four arriving with the new Avengers in their tower, and we know who bought Avengers Tower now, which is great, and it was Val, and it's called the Watchtower. So I just really enjoyed this film. I had a good time. It didn't feel long as well. It's only about over 2 hours long, and I thought it was good pace to it. I thought it lagged a little bit in the middle after they escaped the furnace that Val set them up for, but overall, I really enjoyed Thunderbolts. Do I think these guys are going to be wiped out within the first 10 minutes of Doomsday? Possibly. I think it's going to be an Infinity War situation. We open up on Doomsday, and there's already trouble afoot. And those X-Men, the OG X-Men, are getting killed, man. They're getting killed. I'm just saying. But overall, Marvel Studios' Marvel Studios Thunderbolts was fantastic. And this is what Marvel should be doing more of. They should be giving directors a little bit more of the rein, like taking the reins and giving their vision, but obviously keeping it within the parameters of the MCU storytelling. But I just really enjoyed it. It felt like there was a purpose to the story, and it was trying to say something, and it really did. I want more of this A24 type Marvel films, but I want to see more of directors' visions, and I think we're going to get that in Fantastic Four, to be honest. I do. But when it comes to Doomsday and Secret Wars, that's going to be more committee sort of things, which I understand because that's a bigger project overall. But yeah, Thunderbolts was fantastic. Have you seen Thunderbolts? What did you think of it? I really loved it. Let me know in the comments below if you hated it, if you loved it. Let me know in the comments below, and make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.